Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Yes, I'm just opening up some projects. Um, well, trying to be on time for this meeting,
Yeah.
but excellent. Um, what are the what exactly do you do? Do you work? Do you study? Do you work in the industry?
Yeah, actually, I am senior graphic designer at sporter.com.
Oh, okay,
Sporter.com e-commerce website for supplements, healthy food. Uh, so my role is packaging
okay,
for products.
okay. So you do the packaging, but do you do also all the I don't know the CG stuff for the products like I don't know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
animations stuff like that.
yeah.
Nice, nice. And what have been the I don't know not the worst but the most difficult project that you have done?
And animation.
Yeah, using 3D.
Rendering actually is
Oh no, but why is that? What do you think is that? Because it's the time sorry. I'm gonna record this meeting. Okay.
Recording in progress.
But
no,
why rendering? Because the complexity of the timing, the time that
uh,
it takes.
actually after rendering I see mistakes. I do it, but I didn't focus on it because when I render one image, I will render it in low quality. When I
Okay,
render a sequence high quality, I see all the problem.
yeah, I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
because sometimes when you are rendering a sequence, you can like fix that on compositing because you can I don't know add some motion blur or lens flares or something like that.
yeah.
But it all comes down to the quality of the render. I mean, if you are you using Redshift, right?
Octane.
Octane render. It's kind of the same, but if you're
Yes.
rendering in draft, you're gonna see a lot of dots, right? A lot of noise,
Yeah.
and that noisy pattern doesn't work for the final compositing for the final composition. So it's gonna take time. Yeah. And what about the sims, the simulations? Do you use simulations like I don't know water
Yeah.
simulations?
I wish to work with simulation.
Okay, okay, okay.
I
Um,
guess it's difficult, but I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, maybe you can use Houdini. Houdini is very good for that in the effects world. I currently, for example, I try to avoid any kind of simulations. What I do is I just animate the geometry for faking it, for faking the I don't know the collisions,
Yeah.
uh, and it looks good. At the end, it looks good. Um, what about all the training that you have seen? Is that okay for you? I mean, the training. Do you remember the alfajor, the French fries? Could you translate all the information from Spanish to English?
No, no, it's clear because I have yeah, little background on ZBrush, so I know I understand what you do it. But
Awesome.
something like zero measure on chips, I don't know. I don't understand why you go to project history. What he did it. I don't know.
Okay. So let me show you. Okay. Let me show you.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen right now. Okay. Okay. I'm sharing it, and I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna open ZBrush. Do you remember what project exactly it was?
Yes, in zero
Yeah.
measure.
Okay. Oh, I understand. You mean the projection, the project history.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
project history.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna make some random stuff right here. For example, this ball. Okay, this normal sphere. And I'm gonna convert it to Dynamesh, and then I'm gonna zero mesh it here. It's taking time.
Oh,
It's taking time more than usual. I don't know what happens. Sometimes you have like a very complex geometry, and you put the
yeah,
press zero measure, and it like makes it in 10 seconds. But right now it's taking too too much time. Okay, there it is. The thing is this. For example, if I have no. If I have Dynamesh, I'm gonna Dynamesh it with let's put it 500 resolution. 500 resolution. There is a lot of geometry, almost 500,000 polygons. Now I'm gonna put inside some surface deformations. I'm gonna open the noise, and I'm gonna make here some deformations. I'm gonna create detail, right? Like not
yeah,
too much detail, but some details. I'm gonna put OK, and then I'm gonna put in apply to mesh one time, apply to mesh second time. Okay, so now I have this. Now, as you can see, I have 600,000 polygons. There is a lot of geometry. I
yeah.
cannot put that into Maya or into Cinema 4D. I mean, I could, but it won't be as optimized, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to control click the history bar here up in the orange tab. I'm going to control
Okay.
click. So do you know, I'm going to control C. Do you know there is like
Yeah,
now,
undo.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to undo that. And the control click I did created this gray bar. And this means that the history is saved. I mean, the resolution that I am here in this time on the history is saved in this bar. It makes
Okay.
sense? Makes sense? More or less.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to hit zero measure one time. And I wait. And we wait. Okay, now I have 9,000 polygons. Near, no way near the kind of the size of polygons that I had, right?
Right.
600,000. Now I'm gonna control D, I'm gonna subdivide it one time. I have 39,000. I'm gonna subdivide it some second time. Now I have 156,000. I'm gonna subdivide it one more. I have 600,000. Now
That's fine. Yeah.
the kind of the size of the polygons, the count of polygons is it's almost the same as before. You remember when we
Right.
saved?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to project this detail into my present. Make sense? I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna
Okay.
I that's what I saved the history. I saved the history so I can project it into the future, and the future is right now. So I'm gonna put now. I'm gonna open the subtools palette. I'm gonna go down to the project, and then I'm gonna put project history, and boom, wait, and there's a projection. I can see here are some errors. I'm gonna hit Control C. The errors goes because I'm using symmetry. Do you see? I'm with the symmetry, and so I need to uh, put the symmetry off. Now I project history again. Uh, well, didn't work. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I'm gonna do Dynamesh. I'm gonna control click so I can save the history. I forgot to tell you this. It's very important if you're using this kind of projection that you stop using symmetry. I don't know why. Sometimes it's the symmetry or symmetry. I don't know how it's pronounced. Uh, uh, breaks the projection. I don't know why that happens, but for example, right now I'm putting the symmetry off. I'm gonna do the same. I'm just control click into the history, so the history will be saved. Now I'm gonna put the serial measure on. I wait. Now I wait. As you see, right now I have 7,100 polygons. I wait. Okay. Now after the serial measure, now I have 4,000. I'm going to subdivide it once. Now I have 800, 8,000, 18,000. Now I have 73,000. Now I have 294,000. Now I have 1 million. 1 million is way more polygons than I had before, but it is okay. It's better to have, it's better for us to have more polygons or the same because all the details will be applied into all that mesh. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna put project history and there it is. You see, there's no problems. There's no artifacts as before. So
Uh-huh.
if you experience those artifacts, it's because it's symmetry. You need to kill that off. That's it. Right now, what we have here is a geometry with subdivisions. As you can see here in the geometry tab, we have 5 subdivisions. The first one, we have 4,000 polygons, no detail whatsoever, and we have subdivision 2, subdivision 3, subdivision 4, subdivision 5, and the 5 subdivision we have 1.11 million polygons. That's it. Uh, and from now on, we can export the geometry in the first subdivision level with the displacement map on top. And on Cinema 4D or Maya, we can use all the displacement stuff. Do you know how to create a displacement map, or is it okay right now?
I know, but if you, I don't know if my way right.
Okay.
If you show,
Okay, I'm going to show you. Right now, I'm going to put it in the first subdivision level right now. And I'm going to export the geometry in level 1, but I need to export also the displacement material. In order for me to export the displacement material, we need something very important first. What is that?
UV.
Exactly. Man, you're killing it. Of course. Gonna put I'm gonna open the C plugins. I'm gonna open the UV master. I'm gonna kill symmetry. I don't like I hate symmetry for this instance. And I'm gonna put unwrap. Just unwrap. I mean, of course you can this geometry you can upload it to Maya or stuff like that, but I prefer to do it as fast as quick like this, just with a simple unwrap. I'm gonna click in morph and did it. This is it. The geometry is flat. Gorgeous. Excellent. Now it works. What now? I'm gonna oh, what happens here? Okay. I'm gonna open again the C plugin tab. I'm gonna put that to the left and I'm gonna open the multi-map exporter tab. This multi-map exporter tab is very important for us to export the displacement map and the geometry itself. So I'm gonna go to the export options. I'm gonna go to the displacement map options. And here we're gonna put the subdivision level, what we are going to export the geometry to. For example, I'm going to put this into first subdivision level because we're at first. Uh, Density pixel sub, the I don't know how to spell it, but this option is going to be 0, always going to be to 0. The mid map is going to be to 0 also, always going to be to 0. We're going to use smooth UVs, we're going to use 32 bits, and we're going to use EXR files. The scale, of course, is going to be in ones, the intensity is going to be 0, and that's it. This is all the settings for the displacement to works, for us to work well. And then it's
but mid, I make it 0.5. It's not right.
oh, okay,
Yes,
0.5. You
Yeah.
can use zero point 0.5, but it depends. Zero point 0.5, you're using that. If I'm not wrong, you're using that for characters because they use something else called cavity or something like that. For us, if you export the displacement map with mipmap point 0.5, the thing what's gonna happen is the geometry will look like it has buttocks on it. I don't know if you will
Ah,
understand. It's
okay.
like, yeah, like inflate. That's why I always use zero. I always use zero for this.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna open the mesh export tab here, down here. In the mesh export tab, we are going to uncheck the GRP because if that is checked, we're gonna upload. We're gonna export each color group as a separate object, and that won't work with us. So we need to uncheck that. That's it. We have the
Yes.
displacement map. We have the export mesh, and that's all that we need. I'm gonna go back to my subtools palette. I'm gonna change the name for this sphere. I'm gonna change it like I don't know, sphere one. Okay, and now I'm gonna click create all maps. Click, and I need to, I don't know, select a folder. I'm gonna put it in CG Academy. I'm gonna put this into the weekly sessions. I'm gonna open new folder, test, and I'm gonna save it here. Okay, we wait. The files it is exported. Now I'm gonna open Maya. By the way, do you use Maya or what software you're using right now?
Actually, Cinema 4D.
You know, for the an Octane, right? Nice.
I was use Maya, but I feel it's heavy on PC. I don't know.
It's heavy, but Cinema 4D
Yeah.
is heavier in PC for Windows.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever tried um, Cinema 4D and Octane are uh, it's a good I don't know how to say it's a good
Combination.
it's a good combination, but I think if you use Cinema 4D and Redshift will be better combination because it's the same universe, right? Cinema
Okay.
4D,
Yeah.
Redshift, and I don't know, ZBrush, all the three. It's the same. It belongs to the same universe. Okay, now I'm gonna open the file I saved. Here it is. CG Academy, sesiones semanales, y here is the test folder. Here it is, the test folder. So I have these two files, the EXR file, which is our displacement material, and we have the OBJ file. The OBJ file, we're gonna use it just, I'm gonna drag and drop into Maya,
Yeah.
just like that. Here it is. I'm gonna create inside Maya a very simple lining setup with a dome. I'm gonna create a camera, and the camera I'm gonna put it a little off the way. Now I need to see the camera, and now I'm gonna click render to see what happens. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna create an area light, very tiny area light. I'm gonna make this bigger. I'm gonna change the intensity of the light and the exposure, and I'm gonna put some HDR file inside the dome, the light dome. Yeah, this is gonna work. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna change
Okay.
the size resolution for the rendering. I'm gonna put it in 1K square. That's it. So that is my render right now. As you can see, the sphere is very I don't know how to say it. Is a square faceted. I don't know how to say it in English. Uh, Not rounded.
Yeah.
It's very flat. Okay, now I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna open the Redshift tab here in the attribute editor, and I'm going to check the subdivisions tab. That means this sphere is going to have 6 iterations or 6 subdivisions when rendered, just when rendering. And then I'm going to enable the displacement tab also. So I'm going to have the displacement tab enabled, and I'm going to have 6 subdivisions. As you can see, my sphere doesn't have any kind of detail, right? It's the same
Yeah.
sphere just with subdivisions. But now I'm going to add the displacement map. How do I add the displacement material? First of all, I need to see what is the shaders that is assigned to this sphere. Right now, the shader assigned is a Lambert. It's a very simple shader. I'm going to change that. I'm gonna click in right click, assign new material. I'm going to assign it a redshift material. Here it is. I'm gonna increase the roughness a little bit so it is not so shiny. I'm gonna change the color also. And here in this tab here, I'm gonna go to the output. I'm gonna open the Redshift tab, and here you have the displacement shader material. Here in this tab is where I'm gonna put the EXR that we exported back then from ZBrush. I'm gonna,
Zebras, yes.
yep, I'm gonna click into the square. I'm going to click into the File tab, and then here in this button, I don't know how it is called. I'm gonna select the folder. I'm going to select the EXR file. And the EXR file is in the CG Academy file, in the sesiones semanales folder, test folder. Here it is. This is the EXR. I'm gonna open it and we're gonna wait. There it is. I'm going to zoom my
Ah,
camera. Now you can see all the details from ZBrush here in Maya. And our geometry is this. It's a very, very basic one subdivision level geometry, but all the details are seen or are shown in the render.
okay. You didn't blink on height and on displacement, right?
Yep,
And on redshift.
yep, exactly. I
Ah,
assume
okay.
in Octane will be the same, just different nodes or different stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So in your workflow, if you wanna make biscuits or chips, uh, you create UV4 model and export the displacement map, make it like this.
Exactly. When I can show you this because I can open the Hypershade editor. This is the Hypershade editor, and here we can see all the materials. Here are the connections, right?
Okay.
So those are the connections. This is our material, this is the sphere, and this is the displacement map, and this is the EXR file. It's very simple, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not complicated. So
No. No.
right now, yep. Right now I'm using the displacement map, so I am seeing, we're watching exactly the same details as ZBrush. Exactly the same. That's because we're using this displacement map.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a one production render image, so we can save it and make another, and then I can create another displacement tab. Sorry, another displacement node, and I'm gonna put instead of the EXR that we exported back from ZBrush, I'm gonna create another
Texture.
node. Yeah, I'm gonna create a noise, right? A
Yeah.
maximum noise. So I'm gonna connect the maximum noise to the displacement, the new displacement map, I'm going to put this displacement back into the material and watch what happens. Now this sphere explodes. This botox, right?
Ah, okay.
Now I'm gonna change a bit all the maximum range. Instead of one, I'm gonna put it point 0.1. Instead of one in the scale, I'm gonna put 1.3, point 0.3. And instead of using the maximum noise, this maximum noise have a, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a type, a algorithm or something like that. This algorithm is noise, but I can change it to Naki. Look, totally different, right? I'm gonna.
Yeah,
It's like a pattern, and Redshift have a lot of patterns, a lot of different patterns or patrones or patterns of different styles. This is Booyah, different. This is cell noise. Okay, this is Cranal. You see, they have a lot of different patterns, and you can use them and see what works better for your
yeah.
sphere. So I usually use FBM for something like very, I don't know, crunchy or very I
Crunchy
don't know,
or chips or yes.
exactly. Sometimes I use FBM for something more like porous thing like biscuit. I use there is one pattern called Poxo. I use Poxo, and I put it in absolute so it will reverse it, and you have all those I don't know, cavities inside of the
Ah,
geometry.
okay.
I'm gonna increase the size of the rendering because I think it's very low. I'm gonna put it in 2K
Interesting.
size. Yeah,
Okay, I have, I guess, three or two question.
yeah.
About displacement map, it's perfect. It's clear.
Okay,
Can I share my screen to see what I want to
of
ask you?
course, my friend. Let me stop sharing, and it's all yours.
Now you see, right?
Yeah, there's the ice cream.
If yeah, if I created on ZBrush this ice cream, how I can apply the texture on the cone
On the cone.
on this body? Do you
Mm.
see this texture?
This pattern,
Uh,
like
yeah, pattern. Yeah, a pattern. Sorry.
yeah. Mm, I think
It should be on brushes. I draw it, or I don't know, but I guess is applied texture on it.
yeah. I think let me try. I'm gonna share my screen now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close this. It looks like a rocky terrain or planet.
Beautiful details, really beautiful.
Yeah, it's very. Um, it's not complex. It's very simple to make it something like that. I'm gonna open ZBrush. We'll see. Maybe we can put this.
Sorry. So on ZBrush,
Mhm.
uh, we should export the model about the polygon, total polygon. Let's say 1,000
Mhm.
minimum,
Yeah, the
right?
first level subdivision. The first level
Yeah.
subdivision.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. You can use second subdivision level, third, fourth. I mean, you can export it
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
pretty much every subdivision, but I will advise you to export it in the first subdivision level because that that way you're gonna save a lot of uh, performance in computing
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
power. And getting back to the cone, I think you can create. I'm gonna put this thing. I'm gonna create
You
a
can create like biscuits have this idea or anything.
exactly. I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna transform this with zero measure, and then I'm
Yeah,
gonna. I have right now 5,000 polygons. I'm gonna subdivide it once, two, three, four, 1 million polygons right now, and with 1 million polygons, I'm gonna open the surface tab, noise tab, and I'm gonna put a noise on it. But this is not gonna be a normal noise because we have the noise. Do you remember what we used back then with the sphere?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the where it is.
By the way, you have nice setup.
Hmm. Thank you, my friend.
So in this course, do you have another chips or burger and burger
Yeah, I mean,
in
in
food?
yes, I can show you this because right now you're watching my screen, right? Look at this. You have in the classroom tab, you have this third training, tercer entrenamiento. This is a burger, and
Yeah,
here you have all the videos, so you can replicate it. All the videos, how to model the bread, and model the lettuce, the I don't know how to say tomate, well, the meat, and all the elements, one by one. You also have the how to create illumination, how to create the shaders for everything, the shader for the meat, the shader for the cheese, the shader for the tomatoes, for the
nice.
buns. Yeah, you have everything here. Do you want to make a burger?
Yeah, next step burger. I wanna go
Yeah,
to with it.
excellent. So you started with the French fries, right? With the
Yeah, right.
okay, okay, yeah, nice, nice,
I
nice.
mean, if I and finish the burger, what what the next? I wanna more.
Yeah,
If you have any course, I wanna join it.
I have one mentorship. I have a mentorship that is about the. It's not a videos. There's a mentorship like one on one. I'm something like your personal training, and I train
Yeah,
you in all steps in 3D, like the production, the of pre-production, production, post-production rendering. If you
nice.
if you if you want information, we can schedule a meeting and I show you exactly everything that is about. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But I advise everyone this. If you watch all the trainings, I advise you to start first with this training, with this cookie. This is going to be the first training because
Okay.
here on the videos, I explained a lot of theory about some stuff about lining, some stuff about shading, some stuff about displacement map. I will
Okay.
advise seeing this first. Second, this ice cream because with all the theory back from the first training, in this one you have a little bit more. Uh, you have more theory about other things, and those theory will complement each other with the first one. And then this is the burger. In the burger, we are using all the theory one and theory two to make this photorealistic. And
Okay.
then after the burger, you can go to the French fries. This is the fourth training. So you went straight to the difficult one. Yeah, but
Okay.
it's okay. It's cool because you did it. You did it. So, but either way, I will advise to go in order, right? Because it will be more. I don't know how to say it in English. It will be more educational for you because
Yeah.
you're gonna be in with steps, right?
Okay.
You're starting running, and you need to learn how to walk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But good, it's good. And this training here is for animation. It's for rendering sequence, animation sequence with using Redshift. So it will be useful for you also. Yep.
Okay.
And this one is for CGI. I don't know how do you say in CGI
This
for
next level, I will.
yeah. After that. But nice. Also awesome. I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna create the plane. Here it is. And this plane, I'm gonna convert it to with the zero mesh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subdivision levels, and I'm gonna put a surface modifier. Here it is. I'm gonna put a noise checkboard. Okay, but here it works. The hex household Berlin. Let's try all of them. Simplex snake skin. This should work. Something like that. Now let's see.
Okay.
I'm gonna scale it. Something like that. Now I'm gonna just put some apply to mesh. That's it. And here we are. We have this pattern.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
exported displacement map.
exactly. Just the same. Just the same. But we have, I mean, you have to, uh, as right now, I'm in the subdivision number 3 or 4, I think. I'm going to put subdivision number 1, and I could use this to, I'm going to make it fast. I can use the check the former soft. No, structure master. And transpose mesh. Delay model with subtools and try again. No, with subtools and try again. What's wrong? Well, I'm gonna create a cone right here. I'm gonna create a dynamics. Here you have the dynamic tab. And then I'm gonna move this as if it is uh, a cloth subdivision, a cloth collisions. Let me check. I'm gonna move it. Yeah, cool. Make it this.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna make it this larger, and then I'm gonna move this with the collision recalled for the calculation take effects. And now I'm gonna move this here, 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 and see what happens. Boom.
oh,
Yeah, the thing is you should create, I think, a cone shape object so we can wrap it around and then you can do it this way. That's it.
nice. Interesting.
Yeah. Or you can make it in Cinema 4D. I think this is a good solution also because I don't have Cinema 4D, but maybe here, for example, if you have all the understanding of how to model in 3D, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you can create a plane with subdivisions and create a pattern and extrude it and stuff like that, right? And then
yeah.
with twists and some other modifiers, you can create the cone. You can put some volume to the cone and then upload it to ZBrush. So just to make a little Dynamesh and um, all the subdivisions and make all the details in ZBrush,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
exactly the same project, exactly the same process. You zero measure, uh, project history, and export the Dynamesh with the subdivision level 1 object, and that's it. Maybe you can do that.
Nice.
But what you have said right now is it's a good point of reference for a new training, making a cone. I haven't thought of that. Yeah, maybe I create new training with a cone. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be helpful. Exactly. Excellent. Yeah. What about you, my
Can
friend?
I
what uh what is your setup? What are you using for GPU?
GPU 15, 50, 70?
5070. Okay, this is a good
Yeah,
GPU.
nice.
Nice. I have two 38s Ti too.
38.
Yeah. I have two
Yeah, nice.
RTX 38 Ti. They are
Ah,
rendering at the same time.
you have monster.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of monster. Yeah. Yeah. But
Ah,
it's cool
nice.
because render goes very fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Can I
Excellent.
ask last ask?
Yes, of course, my friend. You can ask.
Okay. I wanna share.
Okay.
Do you see the grave on the rounded the biscuit?
No, no, no. I'm not seeing anything. I'm gonna stop
Uh,
sharing. I think because of that.
uh,
Yeah, you can share.
right now,
Yep.
yeah, this this graves. How I can make it and equally spaces on the biscuits.
Pretty easy, my friend. Let me show you. Let me
That's
show
it.
you. Okay, when I okay for creating the biscuit, for example, I can create a cylinder. This cylinder, I'm gonna go make it shorter, something like that. I'm gonna create subdivisions also, one subdivision, two subdivisions, three subdivisions, four subdivisions, and then I'm gonna kill all the subdivisions, and then I'm going to dynamesh it. There it is. And now I'm going to contrast it so it will be a little rounded. That's
Yeah,
it. Okay, that's it. Now, about the all the layers, all the borders, we can use right here in the plugin tab a kind of symmetry which is different to everything else. Where it is? No, sorry, in the tool transform tab. In the transform tab, we have the active symmetry, but we're gonna activate the radial symmetry, radial count, and you can put, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. I'm gonna put 40, 40 radial count. That means each time I put the pencil on the geometry, it will create
yeah.
a radial symmetry. But I'm gonna change the x for the y. Yeah, that's it. This is the radial symmetry, and I can use this for
Okay,
making it. That's it.
nice.
Pretty easy, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna increase the subdivision levels or the resolution. I'm gonna put this in 400, 400 resolution. So you can go crazy with this because you can create a lot more details with using clay buildup.
Oh,
There you have it. Yeah, it's cool.
yeah,
There you have it, my friend.
nice, nice.
Excellent. Um, one question for you. What about the training? I don't know. Maybe you can give me some feedback. What do you like? What you didn't like? What can I do for making it better for the next time?
Actually, I like everything, every content. It's clear and have many parts. Simply, uh, from my side, I like it.
Thanks a lot, my friend.
What I didn't like, it's a language. Just but it's
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine.
that's everything is okay. Really, really.
Okay. Nice. Nice, my friend. Well, as I said before, anything you need, just ask me. I'm gonna be here always. And if you need, as you asked me before, you need some kind of special training or something like that, I have this mentorship. Uh, Tell me, and we can schedule a meeting
Yeah,
so I can tell
I
you
will.
exactly what it is. Okay, my friend.
Yes. Thank
Nice.
you so much.
Now, thanks to you, my friend. See you later.
See you later. Thank you, Oscar.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.